Just we're at the end of where Mill Branch is, and right there's the Kentucky River. Over there's that church that I pointed out. Dad's got a story.
When I was dating Molene, her brother had her. Where you going?
I got a car behind me.
Oh, well. Anyway, I'll tell the story. I just save it for another day.
We won't have another day. All our stories have to be told now.
My father-in-law borrowed my car to go to church. I came over to see Molene. Well, after they left, and it was dark, and Molene said she'd like to have some candy. Well, her brother had an old truck there, but it would run, but it didn't have brakes. And I said, well, we'll just take your brother's truck. I can drive it without brakes. We went to the store, got the candy, come back, and was going up that bank right there, and I got almost to the top, and I thought I'd shift gears and go a little faster. Well, when I took it out of the gear it was in, I couldn't get it in no other gear, and the truck started rolling backwards. No brakes now. I cut it hard, and the back end of the truck hit the bank and flopped over on its side right in the middle of the road. Had the highway blocked. Well, it had an old jack in there, and that jack ended up falling over and rolling right over on top of Molene. I had to climb out the window and on top of the side of the truck, reach in and pull Molene out. Just lucky it didn't break no bones or skin her nowhere or bruise her up. I don't know what happened, but boy, it was a big old jack. Well, time and time went on. I had to go to Whitesburg to get a wrecker and come back, get the truck out of the road. It was a nightmare. And I never did drive it no more. Bye.
She'll like that story. Okay.
Down here, right down here at the river, when my granddaughter, Thursa's daughter, was 6 years old, we came down here. It's about this time of year, and I taught her how to skip rocks on the river. And boy, she thought that was the neatest thing, and we just threw and threw and threw. And I found one rock that looked like an Indian's tomahawk, and I cut a willow limb. I took it back up to the house, up to my father-in-law's house, and made a tomahawk. And Annie's got that same tomahawk right now at her house. Bye.
So that's the North Fork of the Kentucky River, and right, because the Mill Branch comes right out there under the road and enters right in there.
It's fun.
Is this river any good for fishing, Dad?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just full of fish. It's like all streams. There used to be a big, deep hole of water right up through here. It's not as good as it used to be, but on up above it is a real big hole of water, and it's good fishing. Right there's a real good hole. Well, it's just full of them. But in the spring, in April and May, the water warms up, the fish will migrate upstream, and there'll be more and more of them than what there is right now. You go about 1/8 of a mile from one big pool of water to another big pool.
And we're back at Roxana. Ambergy's Grocery. There's the post office. Gas station. Cemetery's back over in there. There's some Matoody's distant family buried up in there. And if we, you take this road here, if you go back this way on the river, it'll take you towards Blackie. And going that way, you'll end up going towards Line Fork. Gordon area is our destination where Dad grew up, that way. And right down in there, Dad will tell you a fishing story about dating Mom. But look at the top up there. Look at those rocks up there on the top. Where do you think that mountain is up there, Dad?
100 of those.
Up or?
Like, yeah.
Well, it's about 1 mile from right here in a straight line to that big rock. And if you walked it and stayed on the dirt, it'd be a lot more than 1 mile. But a straight shot through there, about 1 mile.
And where is that?
At Kings Creek. That's on Kings Creek.
Okay.
Kings Creek comes right down out there, right over top of that green roof. Right
Yeah.
straight on through there.
Yeah.
That's Kings Creek.
Okay.
Well, we're in a jam, huh?
No. I just had to get my camera going. Kirby Road, the next 6 miles. So this is 160 south.
I got it.
So about where is it that you were fishing?
Right down the left, right down in there.
What?
Right down in there.
I got the platinum coin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, look at the hole of water.
Yeah. That, right up through there is where we was fishing.
And that's those big concrete pads. That was for the
That was
railroad.
Railroad bridge
Yeah.
that went up Kings Creek to haul the coal out.
Okay, so
Look. Should I get it?
around the railroad bridge things.
Do you want to? What? Inventory's full.
Yeah, there's some fine fishing holes on that river. See, right here's
Yeah,
Kings
yeah.
Creek coming out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, boys. Can I see? Oh my gosh. That is so.
But I don't even think I was recording that.
There used to be a schoolhouse here. Let's look for a house that's burned down.
Pine Mountain.
We're gonna go up it.
I don't know where the man lived, but
Later this week.
I thought it was right along here. And they had a cabin somewhere, and they went and lived in that cabin till they get them another house built. And I had friends that lived in here, and their old houses are out and gone, and new houses put up.
That must be it, Dad, where they're excavating there,
Could be.
where that house burned.
That could be. That's where I thought he lived. And there was a big coal mine up here, see, at one time. It was big. That's why they had that railroad up through here to haul that coal out. And then they dug all the coal and the railroad went kablooey. And that's when I was going to high school. Yeah, I don't even remember that. I remember there was some stuff in here. And right up here along on one of these rocks, my brother Wilmer was driving up through here one day and saw a big rattlesnake and got out and caught it. And way back when I still lived down here, AJ saw a black bear up here at the top of the hill. And that's been a long time ago. Let me show you that other road down there where they excavating.
Yeah.
It goes into Whitesburg. A shortcut to Whitesburg.
Okay. Well, this is where the road crosses over.
Now we just left Kings Creek and now we're on Dry Fork Creek.
Yeah.
It runs into Line Fork.
But the peak is actually way up there. You would have to continue up a mining road to get to the peak, to the top.